Jai Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Govinda, Radhe Radhe. It's on. Questions? I have a question for all of you. How many speakers and how many listeners are there in the Bhagavad Gita? How many people are speaking in Gita and how many people are listening? How many speakers?
One. Just 9.
How many?
Sanjaya and Krishna. And here who hears Arjuna, hears Krishna, and Dhritarashtra hears Sanjaya. Maybe.
Is that right?
Yeah. All the members in battlefield also.
No, they were busy. There are 2 speakers and 2 hearers of the Gita, Bhagavad Gita. In 18th chapter of Gita, verse 75, it says, Vyasa Prasada Shrutavan. Sanjay spoke this Bhagavad Gita by the mercy of his guru. His guru is Vyasadeva. So Vyasa Prasada Shrutavan. He heard from Vyasadeva. Sanjay directly heard the conversation of Krishna on the battlefield. But was Sanjay on the battlefield? Sanjay was 5 hours away from the battlefield. The battlefield was in Kurukshetra and Sanjay was in Delhi, or Singapore, in the palace of Dhritarashtra. But he had a special blessing from his guru Vyasadeva that he had got divine senses. He got divine ears and divine eyes. So even though he's 5 hours away from the battlefield, there was no internet in those days. No Zoom. He could see with ESP or transcendental television. He could see in his heart the battle. He could hear the conversation. So he spoke the Gita. He spoke the whole Bhagavad Gita to his king Dhritarashtra. He was secretary of the king, Sanjay. So one speaker was Sanjay speaking of Bhagavad Gita to his king Dhritarashtra, who was a blind king. He should have fought in the war, but he's blind, so he couldn't fight. So his 100 sons, fought in the battle against the Pandavas. The other speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, and he spoke to Arjuna. And some wise guy said, the soldiers of the battlefield. No. They didn't have divine ears. It's only the devotees can hear Gita. So that's a good answer. Thank you for that. There's 2 speakers of Gita and 2 listeners. Sanjay to Dhritarashtra and Krishna Arjuna. Okay, what's the other question? Question. Yeah.
As you say that there are 2 speakers in Bhagavad Gita. One is Lord Krishna and another person is Sanjay. So, Vyasadeva has written Bhagavad Gita. It is taken from Mahabharata. Vyasadeva writes Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So, while speaking to Dhritarashtra, Sanjay also speaks Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Yeah, of course. But the whole Bhagavad Gita as it is in Sanskrit, 700 verses or whatever it is. 700? 700 verses, the whole thing, verse by verse, was spoken to Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. He said, Sri Bhagavana Vacha, Arjuna Vacha, etc. Krishna said, Arjuna asked this question. He narrated the whole thing, word for word. You clear?
But written by Vasudeva, first shloka is Dhritarashtra Vacha. Vasudeva is writing.
That's after the fact. Mahabharata was written after Kurukshetra, not before. Vyasadeva's mercy, Sanjay heard. So Vyasadeva's own mercy, he wrote the Mahabharata. Mercy of Narada Muni. The Guru of Vyasadeva is Narada Muni. So Narada Muni's mercy, he wrote the Mahabharata. Have a question? You know English?
Yeah, I understand English.
Have any question?
No, I don't think I can say it out loud yet. It's somebody inside.
Okay. That's nice. At least you have it inside. That's good to hear. Some people don't have anything inside. You should have something deep inside. That's good news. Some people are just a shell, hollow shell. You have a question.
One Italian friend want to come to Radha Kunda all month of Kartika, and she asked me to ask you how to do bhajan in Radha Kunda. What she has to do.
Which guy?
Her Italian friend.
Her friend.
Yes.
She initiated?
No, cioè,
Yes or no?
now no.
No, no. Yes,
She's looking for Guru now.
well, she comes to Radha Kunda. She should follow brahmacharya. She should be celibate for the whole month of Kartika. This is what Shastras say. When you go to a holy place, you should be celibate. When the gopis left Vrindavan and went to Kurukshetra to meet Krishna during the solar eclipse, Krishna's their lover from Vrindavan. Every night they spent 6 hours making love with Krishna in the forest. Now they finally met him after 55 years. He left Vrindavan. They met him in Kurukshetra. He was there for a week or 18 days, whatever. No, that's Kurukshetra. He was there for some days in Kurukshetra. But because they were in a holy place, they followed the rule of being celibate. So the first thing person should be celibate. And everything else is whatever she wants to do. Anything should be celibate and go hear from advanced devotees. Hear Hari Katha from advanced devotees in English. She can live at Radha Kunda or travel to Vrindavan, hear Hari Katha, or hear Hari Katha in Radha Kunda from devotees speaking in her language. If she knows English, she can hear English classes. There's Hindi classes, English classes, and Bengali classes going on in Kartik. So she can hear those classes. That's the best thing to do. Hear Hari Katha, hear Hari Katha in Kartik, be celibate. That's good enough. And survive. That's not easy. She's a Western person?
Yeah, from South America.
Yeah, they're pretty tough guys. South Americans are tough. Okay, that's that. Question. Yeah, going.
Gurudev, in Bhakti Sandarbha, Anuched 106, Jaya Goswami explains
What?
Anuched 106, which says that respect all and worship Bhagavan. So that Anuched, Jaya Goswami elaborates for around 70 to 80 pages with sub. So my question is, how we generally disrespect demigods or respect him as good as Bhagavan? Means we may do that because in India we have, from childhood we see many demigods and
33 crores.
yeah. So please guide us how we can be protected and properly we respect them and also properly we maintain the critique. What kind of dangers can be there?
Respect comes from actions of the mind, of the heart, of the body, and of the words. So with your actions of your words, you have to always speak respectfully about devis and devatas. And actions of the heart, you should always feel a loving mood towards them because they're blessing us, and all the devatas and devis reside in our body. They're living inside of us and controlling our different senses, different bodily functions. We're controlled by Vayu and Agni and Indra, etc. So all the devas and devis are living inside our human body. So we're indebted to them. We're connected, intimately connected. The macrocosm and microcosm are one. You can't separate the microcosm from the macrocosm. The universe is in an atom. So all the devis and devatas are within us. So we always feel in our heart respect for all of them, and thankful, a mood of gratitude and thankfulness for Indra and for Vayu and Agni and all Durga and Shiva and everyone. And we don't make a separate attempt to worship them. We have Rishta Devata. We don't have murtis of Shiva, and we may have Gaurishwar, that's permissible. But we don't make a separate arrangement to worship devis and devatas, because we're worshiping Param Devata and Param Devi, the Radha Lakshmi Radharani. We worship Radha and Krishna. They are Ishtadeva, they are worshipable gods and goddesses, or devas and devis, or Devi and devatas, Radha and Krishna. But we offer verbal respect and mental respect and heartful respect to everyone. If you're in a group of devotees, someone speaks badly about Devata worship or Devi puja, you should correct their mentality by your speech, because that's offensive. Those Swamis don't act like that. They have all regard. But it's not that we don't have to, like being Krishna Bhaktas, we don't have to do Devi Jagra and all these things. People, that's the Karma Mishra Bhakta. Karma Mishra Bhakta will do all these rituals of Hinduism and Varnashram Dharma and Panchopasana, but that's not pure bhakti. Pure bhakti, we worship one Ishtadeva, Radha Krishna, Bas. For Gaudiya Vaisnavas. Worship Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. Am I clear? Yeah.
When Krishna was leaving to Mathura, he with his eyes and by sending repeated messengers, he said that I'll return quickly to Gopis. And through Uddhava also the same message was given to Vrajvasis, Gopis and Nandamaba and all. But why in Bhagavatam that is not mentioned that Krishna came back? Goswamis say that Krishna never left and all that. But in Bhagavatam, it is not described that Krishna returned to Vraj. Why so? Means even after repeated promises, why it is like Sukadeva Goswami has not chose to describe that?
Why Shukadeva didn't describe that Krishna came back to Vrindavan to uphold his promise that he'll return. There's no description about that. I never read any description about why Shukadeva didn't describe that. But it's described in other Puranas. Shukadeva Goswami is telling the Bhagavatam that he heard from Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva told it like that. But in other Puranas it explains that Krishna came back. Even the Bhagavad Purana says Krishna comes to the Dwarkavasis in the first canto, chapter 9 or so. There's a verse where they say, when you leave Dwarka and go to Hastinapur or to Mathura or Vrindavan, we feel so much separation from you. So he did come back, and then he also came back by his Bhav expansion. Yeah, Bhav expansion came back. All these ideas are revealed by our acharyas, not by Shukadeva. The Bhagavatam simply says Krishna left Vrindavan, went to Mathura and Dwarka, never came back. That's the conclusion of Bhagavatam. But the acharyas bring out different points based on other shastras of Vyasadeva. As another shastras explains, after killing Dantavakra, he came back to Mathura, stayed for 2 months, then he sent everybody, then in one form, Krishna himself went back to Goloka Vrindavan. Another form, he went back to Dwarka. And the third form, he stayed invisible in Vrindavan. So he came back in a couple of days, but he was, Gopis were on human time. Krishna was on Devata time. Krishna said, I'll come back in 2 days. So 2 days in Gopis time, he's 48 hours. But Krishna was speaking in terms of the higher planets. So 2 days meant 50 years. So he came back after 50 years. He's a tricky guy. Krishna's tricky. Try to tie him up and see how hard it is. His own brother couldn't tie him up. He doesn't want to get tied up, nothing can tie up Krishna. You may be a trickster. You may be a trickster or a magician or a jadawala, but you can't out-trick Krishna. He's the ultimate trickster. Questions? Yeah.
There are 5 kinds of mellows: sadhya, dasya, sadhya, vatsalya, and madhurya. How sadhaka can know in which rasa actually is situated? This is the first question. Or we have to follow simply what acharyas are explaining, like Rupa Goswami explained, Rupanugas. They are generally called Rupanugas. Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami. One has to follow the footstep in the footstep of acharyas, or how sadhaka can know.
So the question is asked, how does the sadhaka know what his stairati is? In Braj, there's all 5 stairatis are there, but the ones that are emphasized are Dasyarati, Sekarati, Vatsairati, Madhurati. So the first point is Nityabha Jiva doesn't have any fixed stairati. There's no, you said, how does the sadhaka know what his ras is? He doesn't have any ras, so he'll never know. Ras comes from outside. Stairati comes from outside by the mercy of Krishna or Guru. That's the first point. And the second point you made about Rupanugas, this term Rupanuga is nowhere in the Goswami books. There's no such thing as Rupanuga. There's Vaidhi Sadhana and Vaidhi Sadhaka, and Raganuga Sadhana and Raganuga Bhakti. The Raganuga Bhakti follows Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami primarily. So you say Rupanuga, implying that we're following Rupa Goswami. So why we can call ourselves Raghunath Nugas. There's no such term as Raghunath Nuga. That's maybe some modern spiritual missions have a term Rupa Nuga, but it's nowhere in the Gaudiya Sampradaya outside of some modern neo-Gaudiya Vaisnava movements. It's term Rupa Nuga. The term is Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti. So how will you know? What do? You just carry on practicing Raganuga Bhakti till some greed. You read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, first way, chapter 2, verse 294, verse 270 to 309 describes what is Raganuga Bhakti. Without Rag, you can't understand how to particularly exactly follow Raganuga Bhakti. So first Rag has to come in your heart, then you follow Raganuga Bhakti. Rag means a specific passionate attachment to worship and follow particular Brijvasi and Vrindavan. Like Raktak Pachak and Dasirati, or Sridham, Subal and Sakirati, or Nanda Yashoda and Vatsairat, or Rupa Bhakti Mandri, Lalita Vishaka, and Madhurya Ras. Until that passionate desire and interest and greed comes in the heart to follow one resident, there's no question of practicing Raganuga Bhakti. Just continue practicing Raganuga Bhakti. How do you get the greed? How do you get the greed to follow a particular resident of Vrindavan? As told in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, part 1, chapter 2, verse 309. Bhagavat Karunya Bhakta Karunya. Matra Lavaika Hetuka. The only cause of greed comes from Krishna or devotee. So if Krishna hasn't given you the greed to follow one resident of Vrindavan, you can't force it. You can pray. Pray to Krishna. Please give me some attraction to some Stairati. Generally, I've asked a question. I meet devotees who have been, how many years are you initiated? How many years are you initiated? 5. Okay. So the devotees have been initiated 5 or 10 years. I asked them, if Krishna comes today and appears before you and says, I'll take you to Vrindavan right now, how will you serve me? How do you want to love me and serve me? I don't know. Sell books. I want to sell books. I want to chant Harinam and Sankirtan. Okay, go to Mayapur. What will you say? I'm not asking you to answer the question, but now you say, I don't know. But if Krishna appeared before me in 1975 when I started Bhakti, if Krishna came to me and said, how do you want to serve me? I want to serve you like a Gopi in Madan. I would have told him that. That's what I felt in 1975. That was 48 years ago, and I still feel the same way. So some of you are carrying over from last life, the greed from last life.
So in 1975 you were in Damodar temple or Krishna?
I was in Los Angeles. I came here in 1987. I joined 1975. I joined a mission. Mission Impossible. So, well, just imagine a hypothetical question. Krishna gives you Sankirtan darshan. Okay, Krishna Das, I'll tell you right now how you story. I don't know. Okay, you wait here. Wait here a while. I'll try to figure it out. I'll come back again later. Oh, wait. No, you know how what can I do with you? I don't know what to do with you. Without the unemployment, everybody works over there. It's not like India. Everybody's unemployed. Everybody has a job, everybody's doing seva. No idle people there. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. No attention. She your friend? This one? Not that one. I know that one.
Radha Baba.
Radha Baba?
Radha Baba.
Radha Baba. That's a good name.
Irina.
Huh?
Irina.
Giri?
Irina.
Giri Rani.
Irina. Irina Radha Baba.
What did you say?
Irina.
Arena.
Irina.
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 E-R-I-N-A. Irina.
Irina.
Short now, Ira.
Irina. That's an interesting name.
It's a Greece one. Greek one.
Greek.
The roots of this name is from Greece.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Is it some goddess or some...
It's a peace.
To be?
Peace. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I grew up with that movement.
Yeah. We still have this in Japan a lot.
Are you Greek?
No, I'm Russian.
That's nice. I know some Russian people. They're not bad.
Yeah, I think so too.
I know a couple. They're not too bad.
Some of them are really good.
Yeah, I haven't met that. I haven't met that. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting to meet those good ones. I bet they're not bad ones. But I bet the good ones. Question. Time question.
Can I ask a question? But I don't know if I can say it outright because English is not my native language. So basically, if a person, like in our century, like in 2023, lives this ordinary life, you know, like job, family, parties, but he feels like he has something spiritual inside and he interested in this, but it's so hard to make this balance, this choice. What would you advise?
Well, Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON, he used to say, don't change anything, just add Krishna to your life.
Yes. Okay. Next part. If you add in Krishna and God in your life, like it's always in you, just you should...
No, that's practical things you'll do also.
Yeah.
You'll try to make, in other words, you cook food. So your idea is to please Krishna, because bhakti, love means pleasing the beloved. So Krishna becomes our lover. We maybe have a husband or a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, mother, kids. We have love for them, but our divine love, our spiritual love, our soul's love should be directed to Krishna, Radharani. So now, loving someone means to do things for them, to do actions for them, and to please them, make them happy. So the next question, how do I make Krishna happy? Krishna becomes happy by getting something to eat. He likes to eat. Then what does he like to eat? So you have to find out what he likes to eat. He likes pizza. No. Yeah, he can, it's okay.
So what about...
He likes vegetarian food, okay? Krishna's a vegetarian.
Vegetarian, yes, I know.
So he can't offer him hot dogs. So you start offering, you cook your food, and you offer vegetarian food to Krishna. The next question, how do you offer food to Krishna? You have to get a tulsi plant. You have to grow a tulsi. People have house plants, so many kinds of plants in their house for oxygen, beauty, and nice vibration. House plants, the windowsill, here, there, everywhere. So then you have tulsi plant. You get tulsi seeds, grow a tulsi plant, and take. So Krishna likes tulsi. So if tulsi is growing your house, Krishna will be happy. You're going to grow a plant, so grow a tulsi plant. And then when you make an offering, take one tulsi leaf and put it on each. Put it on the bread, put it on the cheese, put it on the salad, put it on the soup, put it on the ice cream, and offer it to Krishna. And take it. It's good. I had for sadhana today. It was very good. Spinach and cheese, paneer, palak paneer sabji, raita with pomegranates inside, a real nice taste. Nice rice, nice dal, and cashew burfi. That was it. And then little yellow Maduri rolls. We had Russian rolls last week. Now we have Maduri rolls. Little, I don't know what they are, but they're good. little rolled up stuff. Kanvi. Anyway, so I ate prasadam today. I feel happy. And then another thing Krishna likes, singing and dancing. You look like a dancer.
Little bit.
No, I know you are. It's written all over your forehead. So you sing and dance for Krishna. You got a little picture of Krishna and sing and dance around your living room. Krishna will be happy. What's the problem? Sing, dance, and eat. What's the problem? Grow a nice plant, sing and dance, and over your food, then you become pure lover of Krishna. What's the problem?
What if person cannot let go, like?
Don't worry about letting go.
Taste?
Don't worry about letting go. Worry about holding on. I said, don't worry about letting go to Maya. Worry about holding on to Krishna. The more you hold on to Krishna, Maya will run away. It's like a tug of war. One guy grabs one arm, one other guy grabs another arm. So I'm grabbing one arm, and I'm not too strong. And so some guy at 2 meters tall, 100 kilos, grabs the other arm. Which way are you going to go? Well, I'm pulling this arm, and a 100-kilo guy, 2 meters tall, is pulling that arm. Which way is she going to go? The 100-kilo guy is going to pull her to his side. So hold on to Krishna. Krishna will pull you to him, and Maya will just let go automatically. Don't worry about Maya. Just worry about Krishna. Don't worry about how bad you are. You're very bad. I know you're very bad. That we already know. We know you stink. You also stink. You know that also. But just worry about getting a fragrance and becoming good. Don't worry about the bad. Will go automatically. You have a cup. You have a cup of black ink. Cup full of black ink inside a cup. And you pour it in the cup. Is 200 ml. 200 ml cup of black ink. So you have a 5 liter jug of milk. You start pouring in the cup. What's going to happen? All the black ink will go out. There'll be a cup of white milk. So that's what bhakti means. Fill your heart with the milk, and the ink will go out automatically. No separate endeavor. You may drink, may go disco, this, that, take pot, take LSD. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just do what I said, and you'll get success. Take prasad, grow tulsi, chant Hare Krishna, and dance. Is that difficult? You have my blessing. You have my blessings.
Question.
Yeah. Internet.
Yeah, it's good.
Who?
Please tell the story of how
Oh yeah, okay, I know. She sent me an email about that. This is someone's asking a story about the commentaries, the wonderful commentaries of Sri Anantadas Babaji on a book by Raghunath Das Goswami called Vilakusamanjari, which is one entry from Stavavali. So there's a story about that. In 1950, in Radha Damodar Temple in Kartik month, one great devotee descendant called Vamsacharya, descendant of Sri Advaita Prabhu, his name was Prabhupada Sri Ananda Gopal Goswami. He gave lectures on Vilakusamanjari in Radha Damodar Temple in Kartik in 1950. And in the audience was one Baba, was in the audience listening to those lectures. Lectures were in Hindi. And that Baba was the brother of Madrasi Krishnadas. Madrasi Krishnadas lived in Radha Kunda. He has Western disciples. And he's very nice boy. He was from South India. He spoke perfect English, Bengali, and Hindi. He was a Brahmin, Madrasi Krishnadas. And he left this world maybe 10 years ago or so, or 15 years ago, I don't know. But I met him many times. He used to read all my books in English. I used to give him books. A very nice Baba. So his brother was also a Babaji. So his brother took notes on those lectures in his notebook. He wrote the notebook in Telugu. What's that? Tamil Nadu language. I took notes on all the commentaries of Ananda Gopal Goswami of Vilakusamanjari. So Baba was living in Vrindavan after those classes, and he had a notebook in his house, and he used to read that notebook. But one day a monkey came in and stole the notebook. The monkey came in and stole the notebook from the Baba's house and jumped away and ran away. And Baba was crying. He lost the notebook, couldn't find it. So one day, about 2 weeks later, there's a Brahmin in the neighborhood, and he was talking to the Baba. The Baba said, "Some monkey took my notebook. I lost it." He said, "I found the notebook." He said, "That's mine, give it to me." So the Brahmin said, "I won't give it to you. It's some special notebook, I'm going to keep it." So the Babaji said, "You can't read Tamil language, so what good is it to you?" But the Brahmin, Brishvasi Brahmin, was kind of not too friendly. But somehow he got persuaded. He gave the notebook back to the Baba. So Anantadas heard from Madrasi Krishnadas and Radha Kunda that his brother took notes on that. He heard from Krishnadas because Anantadas was asking Krishnadas if he knew anybody that attended those lectures, because Anantadas couldn't go. He was busy here in Radha Kunda. He couldn't go to those lectures in Vrindavan of Nanda Gopal. So Madrasi Krishnadas said, "My brother took notes on it." He said, "Can I get that?" He said, "Well, it's in Tamil." He said, "You translate to Bengali." So then the notebook came to Radha Kunda, and Madrasi Krishnadas sat with Anantadas Babaji and translated the notes in Tamil Nadu language into Bengali, and Anantadas took notes in Bengali of Ananda Gopal Goswami's commentaries on Vilakusamanjari. And from those notes, he made the commentaries that he printed in Vilakusamanjari. So that's the story of how the commentaries. The commentaries are from Ananda Gopal Goswami, who's a Vaitacharya descendant, born in the family of Vaitacharya. By the way, he's in my Guru Parampara. He's also in the Guru Parampara of Vaitadas from Holland. So his commentaries in Vilakusamanjari, where he's describing all the leelas of the manjaris, are all coming from Ananda Gopal Goswami's Kartik class in 1950. Questions?
Facebook.
I was quiet. Right, shout. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Sri Krishna. Ananda Kanda Bhagavan Shri Krishna ki Jai, Srimati Radharani ki Jai. Question.
One question. The devotee was saying that I have heard from a very advanced Sankirtan devotee of Vrindavan Ramanreti temple who achieved Siddhanta that we have to stay in Sri Vrindavan Dham for the benefit of others. Nitya Vrajvasis also have that para upakara mood. If we also stay in this mood in Sri Vrindavan Dham, then we can quickly achieve the goal of our life. And we should not stay in Vraj only for our own benefit. We should stay in Vraj only for the benefit of others. Can you throw some light on this topic?
What's the question?
We should not stay in Vraj only for our own benefit. We should stay in Vraj only for the benefit of others.
The question is, we should, I guess he's saying should, making a command.
Yes.
The question is, should we stay in Vrindavan for our own benefit or for our own benefit and the benefit of others? First of all, there's a term called Prabhu Datta Desh. Prabhu Datta Desh means a place appointed to me or given to me by my Guru. So all these kind of questions like this imply that a person is a free agent without any supervision or any authority over his head. The whole base of bhakti is called anugatya. Anugatya means following in the footsteps. Sadhavartmana vartate. We're following the footsteps of the sadhus. Mahajana yena katha sapanta. Mahajana yena katha sapanta. We're supposed to follow the path of the great saintly persons. So Prabhu Datta Desh means that place, that Desh, appointed to me, allotted to me, given to me by my Guru. Right? Prabhu means my master, my spiritual master. So first of all, one should live, wherever one lives, one should live there with the blessings and the order of Guru on his or her head. So one is living in Vrindavan independently, without the sanction or blessing of Guru, one will be a failure, whether he does solitary bhajan or whether he does pravachan. Because it's like a guru, to sail without Guru's control is like a boat without a rudder. A boat without a rudder doesn't go anywhere. It just floats. It just floats on the ocean. Right? Oh yeah. Doing this thing. Are you watering the grass? Get out of the picture, Jack. This is my show. Get your own station. So, to be or not to be? It's only a simple question. Follow your guru. Whatever your guru says, do it. Your guru says, you go to your guru and say, I'm living in South India. I'm thinking of moving to Vrindavan and living my life in Vrindavan. Married life and kids and everything. It's a good idea. Great, do it. So then you come with full blessings of Guru Parampara. So whatever you do, you should have the blessings of your Guru and whole Parampara. So live in Vrindavan, do bhajan, that's perfect. Live in Vrindavan, do pravachan, that's perfect. Live in Vrindavan, do bhajan and pravachan, that's perfect. Everything's perfect if you have the blessing of Guru and Parampara. If you don't have the blessing of Guru and Parampara, everything you do is a failure. You're floating. Your sails aren't up and your engine's turned off. The sails aren't up and the engine's turned off. The boat won't go anywhere. Right? Motor's turned off and the sails are down. Sail. No wind, no progress. The motor is the order of Guru and the sail is the blessings of Guru. Okay, kids. Okay, Grandpa. my northern friend. Okay, Grandpa. They were all here, and I said, okay, kids, make the already here on. And my friend said, okay, Grandpa. That was cute. There are a bunch of Delhi people here. Anyway, forget about it. Jaya Radhe show. Another question. Work all week and no study all week. Very good. Okay, give me some money. No questions, then you have to pay. 1 week's pay. $50,000. Pass it over. Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Shyam. I don't want any country here in it. Except for all out here. Questions? No questions. Nancy, question. Yeah.
I am not able to do a proper systematic study of Shastra. I wish to study, but while I am studying one book, I like the contents of some other book and then get distracted to that book. So I am unable to completely study any book. Please guide. How do I do this systematic study of Shastra? How do I do systematic study of Shastra?
Where does the person live?
Maybe Vrindavan,
Okay.
maybe. This question both are same.
Question is how to do systematic study of Shastra. You have to get a teacher. Get a teacher and you read the books according to what he says. He or she, whoever your teacher is. Get a teacher, he says, read this book, and read that book, and read this book, and read that book. Read the book, then ask questions on the book, and read the next book. How you learn anything, how you learn any guitar, sitar, you need a teacher. How you learn Shastra, how you study Shastra, you need a teacher. Read this book, read that book. So that's an easy question. Systematic study, you know, what do you, what's the sequence of books you should read? The teacher will analyze what's your situation, where are you in bhakti. There's beginner class, middle class, and advanced class. So you read books, you're in beginning class, read beginning books. You're in middle class, read middle books. You're in advanced class, read advanced books. That teacher will assess and guide you properly. Question. Oh, nice sound. Sound like thunder or lightning. Yeah.
What is the difference between Shabda Brahman and Karna Patu? Like, even because imperfect.
Shabda Brahman and what?
Karna Patu, like even imperfect senses. Because we hear using the ears only, but there is a difference. Imperfect senses and Shabda Brahman. Karna Patu.
What's the question?
There are two many Brahmans. One is because we have four imperfections, human beings, like Karna Patu.
Okay, I know about that.
So Shabda Brahman is
the best.
Is the best. So, but for Shabda Brahman also, like we use.
It's not called Shabda Brahman, it's called Shabda Brahma. Spiritual sound vibration. The Vedas are the breathing of Narayan. They're eternal. The Vedas are eternal. They weren't created at a certain time. They're eternal. God is eternal. The Vedic knowledge is eternal wisdom. It's from the breathing of Narayan. That's called Shabda Brahman. Brahman in sound. Spiritual sound vibration.
But we use our ears, which is.
Oh, well, you gotta use your nose. Ears are hearing. You hear the Shabda. And your ears become transformed, they become spiritualized. Ears become purified. The sound vibration purifies your chitta, and you get spiritual ears and spiritual senses. You be able to see God. Vimanchana Charita Bhakti Lochalina. You get prema in your heart and your consciousness by hearing Shabda Brahman. You attain prema, then you'll see God with your eyes. You hear Krishna's flute with your ears. What's the question? This same question is asked in the 10th Canto of Bhagavatam, 87th chapter, called Shruti Stuti, the prayers for a song by Vedas. They asked one of the sages, I forget, Shruti Goswami, said, how can spiritual world, spiritual topics be described with material sounds? So, because we don't hear material sounds, how can we hear spiritual world described with material sound? How to use spiritual sounds to describe? He says, by the mercy of Krishna, the Atma is enabled to understand spiritual sound vibration. Anugraha, the compassion of the Lord enables us with our material ears to hear material sound describing God, the absolute truth, and understand the reality of spirituality. By mercy of Krishna. That's the answer I get there. Okay.
Narada Muni, he got darshan of Krishna after once he heard from Krishna, but then Krishna told that you will not be able to see me, and you have to you will need to get purified and. So this happens with many people, like Ajamila also, he sees for Vishnu Duttas.
He saw Yamadutas twice.
Vishnu Duttas.
Vishnu Duttas, yeah. He said, Ajamila saw Vishnu Duttas twice.
So why Krishna does like this? What is, means he appears and he disappears? Like,
Why did Vishnu disappear from Narada Muni? That's the question.
Even gopis also, this is different, but
What's your question? You
Why
have
Krishna
5 questions rolling around here.
Why Krishna disappears? Like,
Why is Krishna disappear? To increase the hankering of his devotee and increase and deepen the love of the devotee. That's why. To increase the love and to increase the hankering and attachment of the devotee, Krishna may give a momentary darshan once in his life. Generally you get 1 darshan if you're advanced devotee. And then the rest of the time you're hankering and become mad in separation, and that purifies your heart completely and enables you to qualify to receive prema, go to Krishna forever. So it's Krishna's mercy it disappears to intensify our love and bring it to our love to perfection. And the Jaya Goswami says in the Dharmas, when a devotee attains bhava, he becomes eligible for darshan of Krishna. Bhava is not perfection. You can't go to Krishna Loka unless you have prema. But bhava is not perfection. But you come to bhava, then Krishna may give you darshan. When he gives you darshan, then you increase your hankering, deepen your bhakti, and then come to prema, and then you go to Krishna. You get delivered. So Krishna shows himself and disappears from the bhava bhakti to increase, to bring him quicker to prema. That's his mercy. That's his anugrah. If you attain prema, you can see Krishna all the time, everywhere. Disappearing is mercy.
because Krishna also feels that separation there. Mercy.
You tell all the words. He doesn't feel so much. He got so many lovers, you know. He loses one, he meets another. They say there's some people, if they're not with the one they love the one they're with. They say this is a symptom of someone born in Capricorn. Someone born in January, February. If they're not with the one they love the one they're with. I'm born in January. That's true, I tell you. From my experience, I agree with that. Doesn't make for good relationships. Loyalty becomes under question here. If he's not, what is it?
If
you're not with the
with the one who love us,
if you're not with the one you love the one you're with. I'm a victim of that myself. I'm sorry about that. How to translate that into Russian? Hot topic, hot topic. That's Krishna. He's not born in Capricorn, that's right. Question.
which type of chanting?
Very good, this gentleman.
My question is related to influences means the holy name of the Lord while chanting. So in art of chanting, we have mentioned the rectification of all the offenses, first, second, third, like that. So in that you have mentioned 4 rectification for first to offense, blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of God. So in that you mentioned you find faults in yourself rather than finding in others. So like that you mentioned. The question is everybody is having faults, even Kanishka, Madhyama, not Madhyama, devotees who are practicing. So in some circumstances, if some devotee may be practicing more than some years, 5 or 10 or 15 years, if he is doing some harm to the devotees, like while practicing, he shows some enviness, he shows some.
What's the question?
Question is, do not find the faults in others. If some devotees actually genuinely doing some harm while practicing devotional service sadhakas, so how to handle the situation? Somebody actually giving abstraction to the devotional practice.
The question is, one devotee sees another devotee giving trouble to another devotee. What should he do? If he's physically hurting another devotee, one should defend the devotee being hurt. If he's just abusing him this way or that way, you can speak to the person and say that's not a nice way to treat someone. It's just, you can say to him, that's not an offense. You say the way you're speaking to that devotee, or treating that devotee isn't very kind and loving. Devotees should be kind and loving. So I would recommend you be a little more friendly and loving towards that devotee. There's no harm, that's not an offense. That's just being human. Someone's being mistreated and the person is mistreating the other person, you tell them not to do that, that's a good thing, you should do that. That's your compassion for both parties. You're saving the offensive person from committing spiritual suicide. You're protecting an innocent person from an abusive person. There's a big term now, abusive people, shaming someone, abusing someone. This is the influence of Kali Prabhav, shaming one another, abusing one another. There's not too much love in the atmosphere nowadays. Love and appreciation and gratitude are very hard to find in Kali Yuga. Everyone's being victimized, criticized, faulted, shamed, abused. They have terms like, this guy's toxic. That used to be when you're describing some gas fumes. Some gas pipe is leaking, you say toxic gases. Now people become toxic. It's crazy language. This guy's got toxic, I left him, you know. Does that mean, what does that mean? He's eating Raj? Eating raspberry? Everything eating raspberry. We can't talk. The modern language is really using me. You take it for what it is, you know. I'm old school, so these new words are really funny to me. Toxic. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. What's good? Question, what time is it?
4:40.
No more questions? Oh. Okay.
We should chant offenselessly, but if we don't chant more japa and sankirtan, then how are we going to get the adhikar to chant the pure name? How will pure name descend on our tongues?
What's the question?
How will pure name
You say making offenses?
Yeah, we should chant offenselessly.
Okay, do it.
But if we don't chant more japa and sankirtan, then how are we going to get the adhikar to chant the pure name?
If we don't what?
If we don't chant more japa and sankirtan, then how are we going to get the adhikar to chant the pure name? How will pure name descend on our tongues?
Question is how will pure name descend on our tongue if we're making offenses? First we have to deeply understand what are the offenses, because they're not so easy to understand. There's only 10 of them, but there's very deep meaning of each one, which one should understand by studying commentaries on the 10 offenses or hearing descriptions of the 10 offenses. One should sincerely try to avoid the 10 offenses, and then the way to get the power to do that is by more and more chanting. By more chanting of japa, one gets the strength to get the purity of mind, Chetadharvana to control his senses and not to avoid offenses. When one avoids offenses, then the pure name will appear on his tongue. Well, the first thing is to understand what are the offenses. Not just repeat them like a robot, but deeply understand all the nuances and meanings of the 10 offenses, how to rectify them, how to avoid them, and conscientiously avoid each of the 10 offenses. And continuous chanting of the holy name will please, the offender will eventually please Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu will manifest his full glories. More questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Holiness mentioned in your previous satsang that just by pleasing one spiritual master we can get all perfection in spiritual life. But in our case, like we are third generation disciples from Srila Prabhupada, how do we know that Srila Prabhupada is pleased from our devotional practices as guided by Srila Prabhupada in his books? Which service is most pleasing to Srila Prabhupada in his physical absence?
There's two questions here asked. One is, how will I know Prabhupada is pleased by my service? And what is the best service I can do to please Prabhupada? So the best service that one can do to please Prabhupada is to chant the holy name purely and to fully love Radha and Krishna. That's the best service. To fully love Radha and Krishna and to chant the pure holy name. And Krishna, you'll know that Prabhupada is pleased if you feel happy and peaceful, happy in your heart and peaceful in your mind. You'll know Prabhupada is pleased. Any guru will be pleased. Any disciple of any guru will know he pleased his guru if he or she feels happy in the heart and peaceful in the mind. Do you agree?
Last question.
Yeah.
Which type of chanting we should do? Manasik, whispering or loud?
What type of chanting should we do? Whisper, silent, or loudly? There's two kinds of japa. One is called kirtan. Loud chanting is called kirtan, first of all. The word japa means whispering or silent. There's two forms of japa, manasik japa and upamshu. Upamshu is whispering, so only you can hear, even the guy next to you can't hear. And silent means not moving the tongue, lips closed, eyes closed, that's silent. So silent, each silent chanting or chanting out loud or kirtan all have the same power. Namakari Bhavaja Nija Sarva Shakti. However, the subconscious mind, which is called the chitta, becomes more impressionable by meditative japa. The same questions were asked 100 times. When you chant silently, called manasik japa, means japa in the mind. There's a mind, there's the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is called the chitta. The conscious mind is the working mind. So we're chanting japa, we're using the conscious working mind to chant japa. Hearing and chanting in the mind, our mental ears and our mental tongue. So that mental chanting in the conscious mind will make a deep impression in the subconscious mind, which is the chitta. So that way, because of the absorption of the holy name, more absorption in its sound vibration and more fixation and concentration and attention is required to chant monastic japa. Therefore, one will make more advancement, because the chitta will become more quickly cleansed because of the degree of absorption required to do monastic japa. To do whispering japa is less concentrated, because far your mental faculties going to the external ear and to the external tongue. The external ear, internal ear, external tongue, internal tongue. So monastic japa is all internal, which is right next door to the subconscious mind. It's called the chitta. So the chitta we want to cleanse as fast as possible. So monastic japa. And Hari Bhakti Las Satsang Goswami says monastic japa is 1,000 times more beneficial. 1,000 times more beneficial because of the degree of concentration and mental absorption required to do it. Radhe, 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 Radhe. Radhe Govinda, Govinda, Radhe, Radhe Govinda, Govinda, Radhe. Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe. Gopal, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe. Questions? Don't be late.
We have one from Shamatria. She asked, she heard the beautiful bhajan and was written the name Hit Dhruv Das. Can you please say something about him?
Oh, what's his name?
Hit Dhruv Das.
Dhruv Das.
Hit Dhruv Das.
Hit Dhruv Das. Someone's asking a question. They have a beautiful bhajan written by Hit Dhruv Das, which means that this person is a follower of Hit Hari Vams. Hit Hari Vams was the Radha Vallabha Sampradaya, which is based in Vrindavan, centering around the Thakurji Radha Vallabha. Radha Vallabha Thakurji is near Banki Bihari. It was founded 1600s by Hit Hari Vams, a Brahmin from UP, I think, somewhere. Maybe Vrindavan, I don't know. He's born in Vrindavan. I think he came to Vrindavan. Anyway, she's asking me if I can speak something about Hit Dhruv Das. I never heard of Hit Dhruv Das. When Chaitanya Charitamrita Nanthalila, Swarup Damodar, anything that Lord Chaitanya was, people wrote different poetry, wrote different bhajans and different books. They wanted Lord Chaitanya to look at them and read them. So he would have Swarup Damodar check them first. So Swarup Damodar would read them and decide whether they were suitable to be offered to Lord Chaitanya. So there are two criteria to judge a written piece of poetry: prose for poetry, Sahitya or Kavya or Sahitya, literature or poetry, Kavya or Sahitya. So the two criteria are: is this Siddhanta Virud? Is this against the Siddhanta? That's one consideration. The other consideration is the rasa bhas. Is overlapping or contradictory rasas. So any particular poem or any particular philosophical article or book is written has to be measured by these two criteria. Is it rasa bhas? Is it coordinated to the rasa theology presented by Rupa Goswami, Bhakti Sindhu and Usa Lilamani? And this is according to Siddhanta, the 6 Goswamis. This is according to our Gaudiya Siddhanta, and this is according to our Gaudiya Rasa Vichar. It's called Rasa Sthiti. Rasa Sthiti Vichar, consideration of Ras. If it's Rasa Vas or Siddhanta Virud, then we reject it, we don't accept it, we don't see it, we don't chant it, we don't read it. So these are the criteria. So you have to see the bhajan and see the content. Some advanced story who understands what is the Siddhanta and what is the proper Ras can make a verdict on whether it's anukuya for bhakti bhajan or pratikuya. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Gauranga. Gauranga.
Gauranga.
Advaita. The Tagore Sitanath. Questions? No? Anyone? 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No other questions? No. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Jai Radhe.